still get just that same buzz out of somebody passing me and then me trying to figure out what to do to go faster to elevate my game to run them back down. And we just got off of an 8-hour endurance race at Texas World Speedway doing a CMRA race. And for me, that was a lot of fun. It's why I remember going racing. And I felt like when I quit Grand Prix racing that was something that I could set aside and I could just go ride for fun. But I think Blake Young put it best. You know, you're having fun when you're winning. You're not really having fun any other time. My memories of Aqua Festival are nothing but great. You know, a big weekend up here, always lots of fun activities, lots of partying going on, lots of girl chasing, and man, we got to race motorcycles right downtown, right on Town Lake, and there was always a huge crowd there. I mean, whether they were there supporting us or whether they were there protesting that we were there racing, I don't know, but I didn't really care. And I went one year on a YZ 465 and didn't quite have enough gearing to get down the straightaway, so the next year I rode my uncle's TT 500 and we stacked plenty of gear on it, and I was the fastest guy there and won the race on the weekend. The earliest memory, the thing that sticks the best in my mind about riding motorcycles when I was a kid was 5 years old. My parents' dealership, we took a Mini Trail 50 in on trade. So the sales manager came running to the back of the shop, "Kevin, you got to ride this motorcycle." And of course, yeah, it's bigger, it's faster than what I'm riding right now. Of course, jumped on it, went full throttle, right straight into the fence at the back of the motorcycle shop. 8 stitches, no helmet on, off to the hospital. Dad and I went. So, you know, that's probably the first real memory that I have that's embedded or maybe forced into my head. You know, I rode some trials as a kid, competing growing up. I rode some motocross. I actually did ride some professional motocross. I rode the Houston Supercross in 1982 and 83. Never made it to the main event, but crashed in 83 in my heat race behind Mike Bell and thought to myself, you know what, I don't think I'm cut out for this. 83, the end of the season in 83, some friends of mine who used to come by our shop and buy parts said, "Kevin, you ought to come try road racing." And in 1983 was the first time I ever got on an actual street bike and did a proper road race. My parents have obviously given me everything that I ever had to even try and go motorcycle racing, whether it was motocross, whether it was trials, or whether it was eventually road racing. And you know, I couldn't have done it without them. My uncle was a professional dirt track racer, and you know, he said time and time again that I was self-taught, but you know, a lot of the self-taught that I got was from him pointing a finger in my chest going, "You're never going to grow up and be anything." You know, and so I watched what he did. I learned, I asked questions, and even when I got the phone call from John Ulrich that said, "Yoshimura Suzuki wants you to come out and test their bike at Willow Springs," it was like, no, you know, you're not going to get any practice on the bike. They'll give you a couple minutes before the race, and you can go. Yeah, and I don't know, maybe that's why I did as well as I did. I never really thought that was the next step to doing bigger and better things. I just jumped at the opportunity. You know, we've got a ton of talent here in America. We've got a bunch of young kids who came through the Red Bull Rookies Cup program here in 08. You know, whether it's Benny Solis or it's Hayden Gillum or it's Jake Gagne. I mean, there's such a big group of kids out there, and the list, you know, I thought was about 4 or 5 guys when we finished the series, and that list has just gotten bigger and bigger and bigger. You know, we've seen a couple kids go overseas here recently that have gone over and made names for themselves really quickly. So if that door ever opens, my advice to most of the kids these days is do everything you can to go, you know, jump through it while it's open. Don't question it or debate it, just go try. You know, if somebody wants to go try and explore a little bit more than what they can find on the street, you know, the street's one of those places where we have to ride defensive. And go to the track, go to a CMRA race, go to a WERA race, go to a local club race anywhere in your area, sign up, go through school, and try racing and see what you think about it. Because when my friends asked me in 1983, come do an endurance race with us, I was like, there's no jumps, there's no mud, there's no berms, how can it be fun? It's everything but that. It's such a precision sport. For me, it's more and more interesting to watch every time they race how much better the guys are getting, how much faster they're going. And that's why I've decided to get back on the motorcycle and, you know, go back and experience what that passion, what that love for motorcycling is all about. And I take it all back to being a kid and putting my helmet on, when that way nobody could yell at me and I could go ride my motorcycle and it was peace and quiet. And I still get that same feeling.